Okay, so we're actually going to start kneeling this morning. Good old, if that's okay for your needs. If it's not okay for your needs, obviously you can still go cross-legged. So very exciting to have our first real class. Thank you for coming. You're actually hot. Liz is hot now. Kate's taking another layer off. So tuck your toes under if that's okay for you. If you get halfway through this and it's agony, then obviously untuck your toes. But it's a lovely opening up for the feet in the morning and waking you up. See if you can tuck your little toes under, if they'll go. And then just interlace the fingers, rounding through the upper back. Relax the head, really reaching the hands away, and then exhaling there. Inhale, lift the arms above the head. Open the chest, so draw the arm bones back alongside the ears, and then exhaling, rounding again. Draw the ribs in towards you. Inhale, stretch up. Shoulders down and away behind you. Exhale, round forward. One more, so your feet can still cope. Inhale, stretch up. Really reach as high as you can towards the sky. Exhale, rounding through the whole back. And then coming back up to neutral, releasing the hands away. Coming off the feet, oh, well done. Untuck the toes. And come into tabletop pose. Spread the fingers nice and wide, strong hands, heavy through the index finger and the thumb. And then we're just going to make circles with the hips this morning. So drawing circles with the hips, any shape you want to make. So you're also coming over the hands as well. So your arm bones are kind of rotating over your wrists too. So we're warming up the wrists. I've got a really stiff bottom because I went for a run yesterday. And then change directions. So you can stretch out the sides of your body as well if you sway your hips over to the side. Just whatever feels good for you this morning. And come back to center. And then we're going to stretch the right leg out to the side. I'm not mirroring, guys, because it's confusing to mirror on Zoom for some reason. Right leg out to the side so you'll be opposite to me. So keep the hips parallel. You're still in tabletop, so there's still a little lift of the belly, drawing in of the ribs away from the floor. So if you can sink down through that right hip, but have the foot flat on the floor, good. Then as you inhale, look forward, chest between the upper arms, and then exhale round the back. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, round. So if you can press the shoulder blades up towards the sky, inhale. And one more, exhale. And then come to neutral again and bring yourself up onto gate pose. I've got bits on my hands now. So the sequence we did last time, stretching up left arm, long through the side of the body, and then reaching over to the opposite corner. So not collapsing through the left side, think the right side, think more of lengthening through the left side. And breathe when you get there. Feel that you're creating a lovely long waist. Coming up back to vertical, and then dropping that hand to the floor and lifting up the right leg, toes facing towards me. Just lift that leg as high as it'll go, squeeze the buttock, and then reach arm overhead. So stretch your wings, feel like you've got good distance between one hand and the other. So if you can keep the leg lifted, make it a bit higher, just a bit higher so there's a bit more effort. And then bend the knee in, reach that top arm out behind you so you're open through the front of the shoulder, hold the foot if you can. And then once you get there, press the hips forward again. So you've got length through the front of the thigh, and press the foot into the hand so you're also opening up through that upper shoulder. And then breathe. Keep pressing the floor away, don't collapse into the supporting arm, lovely. And then extend the leg out again, stretch the upper arm up, squeeze the bottom, lift the leg another inch. And then return that foot to the floor and make your way back into all fours, change legs. Really gets your bottom, that one, doesn't it? Even if you just do it for a little while. So stretch the other leg out, just Even the hips out. Try not to lift up too much through the left hip. Draw the belly in. Lift the ribs away from the floor a little bit. Feel the crown of the head stretching forward. And then when you're ready, inhale, arch the back, open the chest. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, breath of movement. Exhale, round one more time. And then inhale, back to a neutral pose and come up onto your knees. Inhale, lift up right arm. Exhale, reaching towards the corner. So try not to lift the shoulder, try and stretch the fingers, but keep the arm bone plugged into the shoulder and then lengthen out of the waist. Breathing there. Then coming back up, hand on the floor, lifting up the left leg, flex the foot, toes facing forward and reach up through the arm. So keep the chest wide, squeeze the bottom, but keep the hips pressing forward so you're not creating a bend in the body. Maybe lift the leg a little bit higher if you can. And then bend the knee in, reach the arm back, catching hold of the upper foot. And then press the hips forward again so you feel the length through the psoas and the quadriceps. Pressing the foot into the hand to open up through the upper shoulder as well. Openness through the front of the body. And then let go gently, stretch the leg out just for a couple more moments. Squeeze the bottom, lift the leg. Float the upper arm weightlessly. And then coming back down, coming onto all fours again and sitting back into child's pose. So bottom onto heels, arms reaching forward. So you've got length through both sides of the body. Keep those hands active into the floor so you can feel the shoulder stretch. Inhale deeply, exhale, feel that your tail get heavy, sinking down towards the heels. So you can feel the vertebrae in the lower back release and let go. Getting a bit heavier through the tailbone with every exhalation. Good. Coming back up onto all fours. Just going to step the right foot forward between the hands and come into a low lunge. Coming onto your fingertips, planting the front toes. See if you can spread the toes of the front foot, planting the front foot, and just relaxing the hips, the pelvis towards the mat. Just letting gravity help open up through the left hip flexors. And then rocking the weight back, stretching the back of the right leg. So we're probably still quite stiff first thing in the morning. So just take it easy. If your front knee still needs to be bent, that's fine. So if you can send the tailbone away behind you a bit. And then rocking forwards again. Lift the chest. And rock back, draw the toes towards you. Rock forward one more time. And rock back, draw that right hip back. Send the bottom away behind you. Good, rock forward, hands either side of the foot. Just bring that leg back again and swap legs, left leg forward. Lunging forward this side. Use the exhalation to relax through the hips. So giving your hips permission to let go, softening through that hip flexor, not forcing it, just allowing it to release. If we're sitting down a lot, we get a whole lot of tension in the front of the hip flexors. And then carefully rocking back, lift up the front toes, draw that left hip back. So reaching the chest and the crown of the head forward if you can. One more breath here. And then rocking forward. And rocking back. Rock forward. And rock back. And then rock forward. So you can step back onto all fours. Good. So we'll do a bit of a twist. So bring the left hand more into the center line. Inhale, reach the right arm up, turning the chest towards the right. And then exhale, tucking that right arm under the left, bring the right shoulder all the way down to the floor, ear to the floor. So do this with a breath now. Inhale to open up, open towards the side, reach that fingertips high, and then exhale. Find your way back down to the floor. Inhale. Rotate through the waist, and then exhale. And then back up to all fours, change hands. So bring the right hand into the middle, inhale. So keep the hips relatively still, twist from the waist up. And then exhale, slide that hand through, shoulder near to the floor. Inhale. Open chest. Exhale. Shoulder near, rest down in between. Inhale one more time. And exhale. And come back to all fours. Good. Okay, so we're going to stretch the right leg back now. Keep the toes on the floor, lengthen through the back of the leg. Just make sure your hands are under your shoulders, your fingers are wide. Feel the stretch through the back of the calf, the back of the knee, and then tucking the left toes under. Hover the left knee above the mat. So we've done this a few times before. So you're using the waist to keep your hips balanced. Draw the tummy in, hips away from the floor. Maybe press down a little bit more with the toes of the left foot so you can feel the thigh fire up. So you've got both feet pressing into the mat. Good. And then return the knee to the floor. And then we're going to turn so that the weight's on the left hand. Turn to the side. So we're doing supported side plank. So the right leg stretched out, right arm stretched to the ceiling. Sorry, I've got my back to you. So see if you can lift the hips a little bit. And then take that arm, the right arm, all the way across so that your arm is by your ear. So you're creating a little upward curve, hopefully, through the right side of the body. Keep the hips pressing forward. Really reach through the arm. Making ourselves longer and taller. And then bring that arm back. Turn to face the front again. Swivel your left foot back in. And then change sides. So stretching left heel away, ball of the foot still on the floor, length through the back of the leg. And then when you're ready, tuck right toes under and hover. So remember to, a bit lower, Liz, make it harder, that's it. Press balls of both feet into the mat. Draw belly, navel towards spine, hands firmly pressing the floor away. One more breath here. And release the knee down. Turning to the side, so that out of the whole left foot's in contact with the floor, supported side plank. So lift the hips. Good. And then when you're ready, draw it following the arm, so that the arm comes alongside the ear. If that's too much of a stretch, you can obviously leave your arm upwards. Then when you've got there, maybe getting a bit more length to the side of the body. Deep breath into the side of the body. And exhale. And find your way back to facing forwards. Good. Bring both knees in. So this time we're going to do the hover with both knees. So tuck the toes under. And then just bring both knees off the floor a tiny bit. So staying strong through the front of the body. It's going to be too short actually. And then we're going to straighten the legs and come to plank, but you're going to have to shuffle your feet back because we started too short then. So shuffle the feet back, find your way into plank. Good. And then from there, press into downward facing dog. So lift the hips. Downward facing dog. You can bend the knees if you need to. Taking our socks off. Inhale to plank. Exhale, hover the knees above the floor again. Inhale, back to plank. Plank first. Exhale, press downward facing dog. Do it a couple more times. Inhale, plank. Exhale, hover. Be brave, bring the knees down. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more. Inhale, plank. Exhale, exhale, hover. Now I can see what you're doing. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Well done. Good. So bend the knees, send the sitting bones high, descend the chest towards the floor, and then maybe straighten your knees again once you found that nice pose. Inhale, then lift the right leg up. Three-legged dog. Keep the hips parallel if you can. Exhale, step the foot between the hands. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, lift the arms up. There we go. You're hot now, aren't you, Liz? I think I might have to take this off. Sorry, guys. We're all stripping. I'm gonna get a suntan. So find your way back to lunge when you've got your layers off. So hands either side of the foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. I'm going to try and do chaturangas today if we can. Exhale, chaturanga. So come down, elbows tucked in. Come. Inhale, little cobra. Just peel the upper body off the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Foot side so I can see Kate. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left leg between the hands. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, come up to your lunge. Keep tailbone tucked under. That's it. So you can draw the shoulder blades down towards each other behind you. So for us that tend to over bend in our lower back, you keep your tailbone tucked under and the lift comes from the upper back. That's it. Lovely. You feel the difference? Yeah. So you control the lower back and that gives you the strength to then open up through the top of the spine. Hands either side of the foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin if you prefer. If you think you can do knees, chest, chin better, go for knees, chest, chin. Inhale, little cobra. So again, Kate, we're keeping the pelvis on the floor, the legs strong, and the lift just coming up the upper back. And then tuck your toes under. Coming back, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. So step the right foot forward. And then we're going to bring the left foot. The knee's going to come down to the floor behind, left knee's coming down behind right foot. That's it. Good. So you're sitting like this. You've got your right foot on top, left foot tucked underneath. Good. And you're trying to get both sitting bones on the floor if you can. Lovely. Good. So right hand comes behind you. Left arm comes over right leg, squeezes in. So it's all to help you keep your spine upright. Good, Liz. So you're twisting from the base of the spine up between the shoulder blades. And then as Kate, you said last time, the head is just following. You're not leading the twist with your head, otherwise you're going to crunch your neck. Draw the spine up nice and tall. And then come back to center. So just to make you think, then we're going to rock forward onto the hands. Step the left foot back. Step the right foot back. Find your way back into downward facing dog. And then we'll do the other side. So step the left foot forward now. Step the right foot behind, right knee behind. Just come to the other side. Ground both your sitting bones. Lovely. Spine tall. Left arm reaches behind. Right arm crosses over left knee. So draw the belly in and twist around that lovely tall axis of the spine. twist of waist, shoulders, head follows, little look over the shoulder. Keep spine lifting. Good. And then circling back to the front, coming back up onto your foot, step back and find your way back into downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale here. Inhale, right leg back. Squeeze the bottom, lift the leg, and then step the right foot between the hands. Ground the back heel, and we're coming up into warrior. So nice to be able to see what you're doing. Good. So just, it's really good on these mats because you can line yourself up on the line. So if the front foot's on the front line, the back foot, the arch of the foot's on the back line. Good. Can you come down lower, Liz? Yeah, maybe step out a bit more. That's it. Lovely. Good. Lovely shoulders. Look out over the front hand, and then we're going to drop the back hand to the hip. Reverse warrior. And then you could, if you want to, you can sneak that back hand round so it's catching hold of the top of the right thigh. Length to the side of the body. And then come back up. So we're going to straighten the front knee, and then we're going to heel toe the back foot in a bit. So I find that far too wide a stance for triangle. So we're coming into triangle. So with triangle, you can have a tendency to dump the weight into the knees. So to avoid that, you need to really press the floor away with the feet, and even maybe put a bit of a bend in the knees if you're seeing that the knees are jamming back. And then reaching out over the front foot, hand coming down to rest on the inner shin or the floor. Good. So you can either look straight ahead, or if you can, look up the other hand, and that doesn't annoy your neck, but the neck doesn't, that bit doesn't really matter if it doesn't feel good. Take a breath there. And then making sure you're pressing the front foot away, pressing the back foot into the ground, bring the arm alongside the ear, the upper arm alongside the ear. So you've got length through the left side body, but don't collapse in the right side body. Good. And then coming all the way back up, well done. Bend the front knee again. Look out over the front arm. And then circle your way towards the front again, lift the back heel up, obviously. Hands either side of the foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale there. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Bend the elbows, good. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And we'll do the other side, same the other side. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, step between the hands. Round the right heel across the mat. Line yourself up and rotate up to warrior on the other side. Nice. So challenge yourself, very nice. Come down as low as you can without losing the alignment in the body. Shoulders away from the ears. And then drop the right hand to the hip. Lift the left arm up into reverse warrior. And then if you do it on the other side, you can sneak the hand round behind. See if it will come and rest on the thigh. Make sure both feet are pressing firmly into the mat. They're your foundation. And then coming back up to center. Carefully straighten the front knee. Heel toe the back foot in. So you've got a nice foundation for triangle. So in triangle, the back foot still across the mat. Press the floor away. So almost feel like you're stretching the mat. So your bottom should be fired up, thighs fired up, and then reaching forward. Arm resting on the floor, shin. Try not to rest too much weight on that hand. So you're still using the side body to keep you there. And then bringing that arm across so that it's by the ear. So you've obviously got more of a lever then. So you need to be even stronger through the legs. Lengthen through both sides of the body. One more breath here. No, it's not easy. And then coming back up. Bend the front knee. You might have to shuffle your back foot out again. Coming into warrior. Good. Floating the hands down either side of the foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Take a breath there. Lift the sitting bones high, descend the chest to the mat. Inhale to plank. So stay in your plank now, strong legs. Move the hands forward, a good hand distance like we've been doing other weeks. So you've got a nice long plank or a horrible long plank. And then really curl the front of the body in. So you're shortening the distance between the ribs and the rim of the hips. Keep the buttocks strong, the legs strong, the hands pressing the floor away. Just a couple more moments here. Walk the hands back in to normal plank, feels so much easier. And then knees, chest, chin or chaturanga, nice and slow down to the mat, all the way down to the mat. Turn the head to one side, have a sunbathe. Rock the hips from side to side a little bit. Just relaxing the whole waist of the body onto the mat now for a few moments. Good. Okay. Sorry, off again. So come up into Sphinx pose. So you're going to bring the elbows under the shoulders, forearms stretching forward. Good. And then you're going to bring your left hand across, so it's your left arm's at 45 degrees. So it's a bit more comfortable for your shoulder. Tuck the right leg in, reach the right arm around, catch hold of the foot. Good. So you're pressing the pelvis into the mat and the thigh into the mat, and then drawing the foot towards the bottom. So you just need to feel a stretch through the front of the thigh. If you're really quite flexible, you can turn your hand face the other way. So you're really pressing the foot down. Just do whatever it takes for you to get a nice stretch in the front of the thigh. And releasing off. Come back into Sphinx. Draw the chest forward. Keep the pelvis pressing into the mat. And then swap sides. Right arm across. Reach that left arm round. Catch hold of the foot. So keep pressing the hips into the mat. What's happening?
No, just elbows.
That elbow doesn't work. Okay. No. I wonder how you can do that without. No. Why don't you just do it like that? Because then you're getting the stretch in the leg then. Yeah. So drawing the heel towards the bottom, you can turn the hand round if you've got the space to do that. Keep lifting out of the supporting arm if you're doing it on your elbow. Okay, Liz? Yeah. Where are you feeling it? Thigh? Good, that's right then. As long as it's not anywhere else. And release down, all the way to the floor again. Turn the head to the side. Maybe I like to give my hips a bit of a waggle from side to side. Ease out through the lower back and then be still. Okay, so then while we're on forearms, we're going to come up to Sphinx again. We haven't done this for a while. I was thinking we haven't done any shoulder stands or head stands or anything, but it's tricky when you're on Zoom. So we're going to interlink the fingers. We might as well come up into a plank just for fun. So coming into a plank from here, you peeling off from the top of the body, really drawing the tummy in until you're up on your knees. Then tuck the toes in, really strong lift through the front of the body, then straighten the legs. So getting there safely. So keep your tucking the tail under. So buttocks are strong, and then lifting the ribs away from the floor, lifting the belly. And then from here, lift the hips, press up into downward facing dog. You might have to walk your feet a bit further forward. Remember this? I don't know if your elbow is going to do this, Kate. No, don't do it then. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just do downward facing dog. Are you okay on your elbow? On normal downward facing dog? Yeah. Yeah, I don't do. What are you doing, Liz? That's it. Good. So your shoulders look great though, Liz. You're pressing the forearms into the floor and you're lifting out of the shoulder girdle. That's great. Lift the sitting bones high. You can walk the feet in if it's too easy. Leave them where they are if it's not. And then come back down. Come back down on your knees. Let's stretch out into child's pose. So when I get you all back into the classroom, we're going to definitely get back into doing forearm balance. And we've got a wall. Maybe out here I can help you do it. So child's pose just for a couple of breaths. So I promise to keep you moving in this class. That's what I planned. I didn't realize it was going to be so hot. On to all fours again. Actually, I'm going to go this way. Tuck the toes under, lift up, downward facing dog again. So we kind of come into warrior again. So sweep the right leg up and back, and then step it between the hands. Turn the foot across the mat again, coming all the way up into warrior. Good. So we're going to get your block. Sorry, I should have said that. I think I put one out for you. Sorry, I have to. We need blocks or water bottles or books, or if you're really good at it, you might not need anything. So come back into your warrior with your extra arm extension. Drop their back hand onto the hip. Big confident step in, and then aiming your block onto that place on the floor, reaching the leg up. So draw in through the belly, good. It does help, that's it. It helps you lengthen your back leg out really strongly. Lift the leg up just as we were doing at the beginning in gate pose. Stretch the toes away, good Kate. Turn the chest towards the front. And then if you can turn it, then maybe you can lift the hand. And then one more breath here, because we've just hit the right pose, well done. And then floating back down into your warrior. Good, it's hard work that one, isn't it? Get rid of, I know we pretend we're floaty, but we're not. Good, turn to face the front of the mat, hands either side of the foot. Step back, downward facing dog. So just a vinyasa to straighten us out again. So come forward to plank, knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And we'll take ourselves the other side. Inhale, reach the left leg up and back. Exhale, stepping it through. Coming up onto warrior on the other side. Grab your block. So don't shortcut the warrior. Looking super slim, Kate. Hand to hip. And big step in. Floating the landing on your block confidently. So pull up through the supporting leg, stretch out for the extended leg. You have your foot flexed? You can either, whatever feels good for you. I like to point but have the ball of my foot flexed. So, but you can point either in this one. Open the chest towards the front, and then once you've done that, radiating the hand up towards the ceiling. And if you feel like you're quite balanced, try and take a bit of weight out of your supporting hand, just so it's, because eventually you'll do this pose holding onto lightly to your ankle. That's okay, floating down. Good. Just find that warrior for a moment. And then cycling to the front of the mat. And side to side the foot, step back. Downward facing dog. Good. So from here, we're going to, oh no, we have to do one more chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Trying to save us all from bingo wings. And back into downward facing dog. Good. So last thing, we're going to step the right foot forwards and come into Parsvarottanasana. So you're basically extending your right leg towards straight. Step your back foot in so that you can land the heel down. Getting blocks here. You definitely do, Kate. Your poor hamstring. That's it. Sorry, Liz. I haven't got enough. I might have another one. No. So your front leg is coming towards straight. You're sending your right hip back. So it's like what we did at the beginning when we were rocking the weight backwards and forwards, but with both legs. Well done, Liz. That's good. Can you feel the stretch in the hamstring? Oh yeah, good. So you're drawing the spine as long as it can go. Sending the tailbone away. Good. Just one more moment there. And then bend the front knee a little bit, just so you can step the back knee in, back leg in, so you're folding forward now. Come into a forward fold. That's all we've done today. The elbows, if you like that. Just hanging the spine. To the feet, we're going to come up with a swan dive. Inhale, all the way up to standing. Hands back to prayer. Good. Interlace the fingers behind you. And then bring the weight into the left foot. And come onto the toes of the right foot behind you, the ball of the foot. Good. Keep the hips facing forward. And then lift the right leg, extend the leg behind you, tip the body forwards and reach the arms back and away. So you're coming towards the spine being parallel to the floor. Crown of the head stretching forward, hands and extended legs stretching backwards. Good, and then come back down, well done. Both feet on the floor, release the arms off. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, come up to a halfway flat back. Exhale, fold forwards. Step one leg back, then the other, doesn't matter what order. Take a breath there. So we'll do the same on the other side. So step the left foot forward this time. And then gently extend the left leg a little bit towards straight. Bring the right foot in so that the heels can touch the floor and the foot's about 45 degrees. So you're creating a little triangle between the legs. If your hamstrings are tight, your front knee might need to be bent. As long as you can feel a stretch in the hamstring. So try and draw the left hip back so it's in line with the right. Even though your hands are on the floor, see if you can press both feet into the mat so you're not slumping the weight inside the hands or the blocks. Let's just take 2 more breaths here. And then bend the left knee, just step the right foot to meet it. And forward fold. Inhaling, exhaling. And then when you're ready, inhale, press the feet, lift up. All the way to standing. Hands to prayer. Feel the weight evenly in both feet. And then interlacing the hands behind you the unusual way, the way you don't normally do. Bring the weight into the right foot, sorry. Left toes resting on the mat. So draw up through the front of the body, draw up through the supporting leg, and then tilting. Leg comes up, upper body tilts forward. Stretch the hands and the foot away, crown of the head stretching forwards. Pressing the floor away with the supporting foot. Stay with it a couple more moments. And then coming back down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forwards again. Inhale, stretch up. Lift all the way up to the top. And hands to prayer. Well done. Relax the hands down. Just stand in mountain pose. Spread the toes. Feet under the hips. So we're going to come into tree pose because it's too nice a place to not come into tree pose. So take the weight into the left foot. Bring the right foot up to the inner thigh or below the knee if it won't come to the inner thigh. Try not to have it on the knee joint. And then you're opening up, pressing that right knee out towards the side, keeping the pelvis facing forward. And reaching the hands up towards the sky. However feels good. So keep drawing up through the length of the spine, crown of the head lifting. Good, just feel that knee come out, good Liz. And then release down, lovely. Change sides, ground to the right foot. Lifting up the left foot. Knee pressing to the side, shoulders and hips facing forward still. And then when you've got your balance, extending the arms up, press the floor away. Gaze, soft gaze at a point in front of you. That side's often one side's harder than the other. Doesn't matter, it's only tree pose. And release down. Both feet to the floor. Inhale, exhale. And then we're going to come onto the toes. Inhale, reach the arms up, come onto the toes. Nicely stretch from the first thing we did. Exhale, bring the heels down really slowly, as long as it takes you to bring the arms down. We'll do that a couple more times, so try and use the whole breath. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more, inhale. Exhale. Standing mountain pose. It's just so nice standing here in the garden. I know. Okay, just for fun, we're going to do crow pose because we haven't done it for ages. Just to wake us up again. Yay! So, crow pose, we're going to come down, have the hands shoulder width apart. If you don't want to do this, or you want to put some padding in front of your head, got a blanket there. So if you remember with crow pose, we're going to bend the elbows like we do in chaturanga. We're going to have to lift the hips high, and we're going to rest the shin on each upper arm. And then the secret is then tipping the weight forward into the hands, so the weight of the hips is coming forward until your feet lift off by themselves. So you don't have to hop or leap, you just have to tip. So lift the hips high so that you can create a little table. That's good, that looks good. No, your elbow's going to struggle with this, isn't it? Or does that feel okay?
It's okay with my toes down, but
yeah, you don't want to lift off.
I'll do one.
Do 1 foot, perfect.
Sorry.
So lift the hips a bit higher, Liz. Lift the hips, straighten the legs a bit more. Bend the elbows first. So almost your shins have to be up here. They are almost actually. Yeah. Lift the hip, that's it, that's better. And then rock the weight forward. You don't have to even lift off, just see how it feels. Can you rock a bit further forward? Keep the arms strong. That's it, that's good. I don't think you need to build the strength a bit more in your arms. Yes, so it's fine, just don't, all you have to do is the first bit, so just rock forward, because you can feel that still effort in your arms, isn't it? Yeah. Because you're more down here, yeah. So you need to have your hips higher, and you're kind of leaning on your arms, so there is quite a lot of weight in the arms. That's it, just lean. Yeah, you have to be careful. You have to build the strength up gradually over time. They won't be weak. They'd get stronger though. They must be getting stronger for yoga. Your whole body looks stronger. Really? Yeah, I think your personal training probably is helping as well, isn't it? I remember when you first came to yoga, especially your this bit was weaker. It's much stronger now. So just make circles with the wrists. Ease out through the wrists. Good. And we're going to come down onto our backs. Come into half bridge. So lay yourself all the way down. Bring the feet parallel, hip width apart, close to your bottom. And then peel the spine away from the floor, starting with the tailbone. Bring the weight up high onto the upper arms, interlacing the fingers behind the back, tucking the upper arms underneath you, and lifting the hips towards the sky. So keep tucking the pelvis under. And feel that the collarbones and the chest are sort of facing towards behind you. So if you can squeeze the inner thighs towards each other. And then breathe when you get there. Squeeze the inner thighs together so the thighs stay parallel. Couple more breaths here. And then release down slowly from the top of the spine, all the way down. And then give the knees a little hug in, rock from side to side. And we're just going to do another little hamstring stretch. So plant the left foot flat on the floor. And then we're going to do a yogi toe lock, and not a togi yo lock. So bend the right knee in and put your pack sign 2 fingers, second and third finger between the big toe and the next toe. And then you're going to extend that leg up towards the sky. You've got hold of your toe. Yeah. So you can either stay like that. So try and sink the right hip down towards the mat. Keep the belly drawn in. Or if you're quite flexible for your hamstrings, you might want to extend your left leg out along the mat. Definitely not for Liz. Yeah, you're okay, Kate. And then from there, we're going to draw the chest up towards the extended leg. So you're doing a bit of a sit up, bit of a draw the leg down towards you. So really curl the body up towards the leg. Breathe there. Curl up as much. You can rest the hand on the thigh if that's easier. Left hand, left thigh. Good. And then lay the top of the body back down again. And then very carefully, we're going to open that right leg out towards the side because we've got lots of space. Open the right leg out to the side. I like to rest my left hand on my left hip. So you can still have your knee bent, and you only need to take your leg out as wide as it needs to go before it gets interesting for your inner thigh. It doesn't need to be on the floor or anything. So you just play with how straight you can have that leg and how far it can come down. That's fine, Liz, do it like that. If you can't catch the toe, it's fine. I should have brought straps out. Come back in. So your legs extending towards the ceiling again. And then fold it back in. Well done. Change sides. So start with the right foot flat on the floor. Hug the left knee in. Those 2 fingers. So you're wrapping your thumb and your 2 fingers around your toe. And then extending the foot towards the ceiling. So start off with the right foot flat on the floor, whatever, until your hamstring has a bit of a chance to open up. And then if you did on the other side, stretch that right leg out. And then curl the head and shoulders up towards the leg. So you're not really using your leg to lift up, you're curling up into a bit of a sit up. That's it. Maybe the leg will come further towards you, maybe not. Draw the belly in. And release down again. And then just very carefully, just see where that leg will go out to the side. Keep the right hand on the right hip. Extend the right leg extended to help ground the rest of the body. So you should feel a stretch in the inner thigh. And then bring it back up. And fold the leg back in. Both knees up to the chest again. And then rocking your way back up to sitting. We will do a twist at the end, Liz. But we're just going to do our nasty boat, our lovely boat poses before we finish. On a mission to get our bellies working. So come up onto the tips of your sitting bones, lift the legs up, draw the chest towards the thighs. Knees can be bent, or if you're very strong, they can be extended towards straight. So draw the chest in. Very good, that's really good. Well done. Keep breathing. And then relax the feet down. And then we're going to stretch the legs out like we did last time. And you're going to really tuck the pelvis under to roll back. So really tuck the pelvis under this way. So shortening the front of the body. Lift the legs up. No, sorry. Good, good, good. Draw the belly in. Good. Come back up. Oh, well done. Not easy. One more of each, and then we're going to relax. Half boat. One more of each, and then we're done. Keep the collarbones wide. Keep breathing. Okay, come back down, rock. Stretch the arms out. Be really careful getting into this one because you really need to make sure you shorten the front of your body. You shouldn't feel empty. You shouldn't feel this in your back at all. So rolling back, squeeze the bottom. Does that feel all right, Kate? Yeah. That's right. You've done one. You've done one. Okay. Oh. Let's do a forward fold. Let's do the relaxed forward fold. So feet nice and wide, flat on the floor. Drape the body down, on the head. Release through the length of the spine. Give the head a bit of a shake if that feels good. Okay, good. Then bring the feet together. Catch hold of your feet. Lean the chest on the thighs like you're doing a relaxed forward fold. So you can stay like that if that feels good, or if you want to straighten the legs a bit more. So you're getting a bit of a hamstring stretch as well as softening through the spine, you can do so. Just let go. Nice deep breaths. Relaxed head. And then we are going to make our way down to lying down. Poor Kate, she's like, oh no. Draw the knees in, just gently, stretch the arms out wide and let the knees fall down to the right. No need to bring them in tight or anything, just nice twist through the spine. You can look out over your left hand if that feels nice. And then back to center, over to the other side. Looking out over the right hand. And back to center. And then make your way down to sunbathe pose. So you can either keep your knees up if that's nice, hammock, create a hammock for the lower back, or you can stretch the legs out. And I'm not, you've got a blanket, but I don't think you'll need it. So if you rest put your feet a bit wider, Liz, and then rest your knees together. That's it. So softening the whole back of the body now. Letting go, releasing. So through your practice, you've allowed the energy in your body to flow more freely, more evenly, removing any areas of where energy was getting blocked or slowed down. You're feeling the back of the body heavy and relaxed, the front of the body open and receptive. The face relaxed, skin over the forehead soft, the eyes just resting back, the jaw relaxed and the throat relaxed. So just enjoying feeling that unity between body and breath and mind. Sense of spaciousness. So you can move into your day in a way that allows you to calmly accept what comes along. Taking a couple of deeper breaths now. So you're waking yourself up the second time today. Give yourself a stretch. Bring your knees in if you need to. Roll onto your side and rest there however long you want before you come back to sitting. So I think we'll do one little celebratory om for being back. Inhaling. Om. Bring your hands to prayer. Namaste.